Okay, welcome to For Your Temple. And this video is going to be for supporting individuals that are dealing with what we call the winged scapula. So the scapula is really the shoulder blade, right? That is at the back of your shoulder. I personally do not have a winged scapula, so it's going to be really tricky, right? But this is your shoulder blade right here. And so what happens sometimes for many people is that the shoulder blade kind of kicks up like this. And you'll find that there's a lot of stiffness and soreness underneath that area, or you've got a lot of knots that come into that area. So one way to kind of support your mind and your body to be connected is that you want to be able to anchor the scapula, because what happens if the scapula is winged, it tends to, your shoulder likely rolls forward and you get this happening, but the scapula starts to kick up underneath and you can get a lot of discomfort under there. Problem is, so many athletes, people that sit at the computer all the time, many dancers can have this rounded wing scapula, so they're very muscular, strong looking, but then they have this type of posture happening over time, right? Which is something that we don't want, because it's, number one, not ideal for the shoulder. So this is what you need to think about. It's relatively simple and it seems pretty basic, but it's very helpful. We want to have the awareness of where our scapula is. So if I have my two palms, this, I'm assuming, would be your left scapula. This would be your right. I could be very wrong, but so ultimately, when you're squeezing your shoulder blades together or your scapula together, this is happening along your rib cage, the back of your rib cage. When you have them separated, this is happening. Again, squeezing the scapula together or squeezing the shoulder blades together, separating. Okay, so squeezing the shoulder blades together, separating them. Squeezing them together and separating them. So that is one exercise you want to do, number one, for awareness. Here's the other thing. There's a difference between squeezing the shoulder blades together, the scapula together, and dropping them down to your back pocket. Again, squeezing the shoulder blades together, drop them down to your back pocket. So ideally, it's dropping the shoulder blades down to your back pocket is what you want to train your body to do in everything that you do, whether it be raising up your arm, right? So again, let me show you what I'm talking about. There's a difference between squeezing the shoulder blade together or dropping them down to your back pocket. Squeezing them together, dropping the shoulder blades down to the back pocket. So what happens is, my shoulder blades are squeezed to my back pocket, and then my chest is open, my ears are far away from my shoulder as opposed to this. Okay, so now that my shoulder blades are anchored to my back pocket, if I raise my arm, we have a proper formation as opposed to the shoulder blades rounded and raising the arm. Okay, it causes a lot of blockage, or what we call impingement, in the shoulder joint, right? But if my shoulder blades are down in my back pocket, sliding down in my back pocket, everything I do, even if I'm doing pull-ups, right? Whatever I'm doing, picking up something, walking, the shoulder blades are anchored down to my back pocket. And you're also training that the muscle, and just bringing more awareness to that area. Very simple thing, basic thing, but that's what you want to do. So even if you're crawling your arm up a door, or wall, it's not from a place where your shoulder is round and crawling the arm. That causes a lot of pain. But if my shoulder blades are squeezing to my back pocket, now I'm crawling from a what we call an open chest, right? That's what we will call it. So it's a quick little tidbit. I hope it helps. And I'm going to be back giving you more videos. So try to think about walking when you're at the computer, even when you're dancing, when you're moving. I have clients that are gymnasts and dancers and soccer players and everything. I want you to think of squeezing your shoulder blades, but more so dropping it down to your back pocket, keeping that open, and that will help you with training that shoulder blade to be anchored. You're going to feel it along the back of your rib cage because that's where they glide, right? They're gliding on the back of your rib cage. So squeezing, dropping down to your back pocket. Squeezing, dropping down to your back pocket. When they're in your back pocket, because they're back here, right? That's where you move. Your chest is open, neck is long. It takes a lot of pressure off your neck too. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'll be back with other videos. Take care.